Hi guys, I am back. I know I said earlier I didn't have much today to talk about, but actually I do. I forgot about this, but I'm just sitting outside on my lunch break, enjoying this nice weather. It's like 80 something degrees here, so we still have not got enough rain to clear up my sinuses. So I think that's gonna change though in a day. But anyway, it's just beautiful out here. So I am enjoying my break. Um, just getting some fresh air. But I did want to talk about your worth. Okay. Um, this just hit me the other day that if you don't know God, like if you don't have a relationship with His Son, Jesus, okay, then you really don't know your true value, right? You don't really know your worth. Okay, you operate in a way that does not know that shows you don't know your worth, right? Um, you put your trust in man, right, and not God. You put your worth in man and not God. All right. So if you know, like if you know Jesus, right, He shows you your worth when you have that encounter with Him. He will show you your worth, right? He'll show you the greatness that He has for you. He'll show you um, those hidden treasures that you possess, right? That belong only to you, that He gave specifically to you, that He might not have gave to somebody else, right? Because we all have our own unique spiritual gifts, right? Some of us have similar gifts, but we are all uniquely made, correct? So until you actually get to know Jesus, get to know the Son, right? You really don't know your true potential. You don't know your true worth. You really don't know you. You don't know who you are. And many times people think they know who they are, right? Because they themselves value themselves based on what they can do, based on how much they know, how well they speak, or how pretty they look, or how well they dress, or how well spoken they are, or how they carry themselves, etc. But you can still do all of those things and not know God, right? You still do all those things and not know who He is, not have a relationship with Him, and not know your true worth, right? So, in saying that, we need to learn that if you don't know, your worth does not come in those things. Your worth does not come in how much money you have. Your worth comes in the way God sees you, right? And you don't truly know how God sees you until you have that relationship with Him, right? He reveals to you those things about yourself that you don't know, right? He reveals some things about yourself that you do know that you may need to clean up in order to get to the real person that's inside of you, right? To get to the true person that He created you to be, correct? So I just wanted to say that today, that you don't know your true worth until you know God, right? You have to know God in order to know who you truly are, and to know how wonderful you are, how beautifully created, and how well He created you, how uniquely He created you to be. Um, until you know Him, you will never know those things, and you will never know your true worth, right? Your worth does not come in physical things. It does not come in material things. It does not come in emotional things. Like some people like to be emotionally fed, right? They like to be told all the time, like how smart they are, how beautiful they are, how well dressed they are, whatever, right? Your worth does not come in those things. Your worth comes in how God sees you and how He created you. And once you come into that knowledge of who you truly are, because you have a relationship with God, right? You will not know how truly worthful or full of how I'm trying to say that right. What's the word? You really won't know your true worth, right? How valuable you are, all right, until you get to know God and have that relationship with Him, all right. Uh, so many people walk around in life depressed and with low self-esteem, low self-worth, because they put all their trust into man and into a man or into a woman that will constantly, you know, kick them down, right? Keep them down, make them feel low, make them feel less than. And that's not where your worth comes from. Your worth comes from God, all right? And when you know how valuable you are in God's eyes, you won't care what man thinks about you anymore. What they say won't bother you anymore. How they act won't bother you anymore, right? So I just want to get that out today. I did have that point to make, and I forgot about that until I was reminded of it a few minutes ago. But yes, your worth does not come in the form of man. It comes in your relationship with God. And until then, you really don't know how wonderful you are. All right? Have a blessed day and a glorious day. Bye-bye.